Hey, hi, hello, it's me, Tiana, back at it again for another video. And today we are talking about my Apple Music wrap-up. So I do want to say that this is not the first time I'm looking at my replay. It's not like a fresh reaction. My sister actually reminded me that it was time for the replay, and she was the one that pulled it up because she wanted to see what I would have been listening to. So I've already looked at it. I already know what's on there. Also, now Apple Music has it so the replay is like all year long, the playlist, so you can see all year long, and I've been listening to it for most of the year, which is why my replay is just it's a little bit sad. Like, it's a little bit sad, honestly, truly, because I have a problem where I only want to listen to music that I already know. Like, I want to listen to music so I can sing along to it, and if I don't know the song, I can't sing along to it. But like, you can't learn new music if you don't listen to new music. But it doesn't compute in my head, in my brain. Okay, so this says I listened to 618 hours of music this year. I don't know if that's a lot, but it sounds like a big number. I've listened to 901 different artists this year. That feels like a lot. I don't feel like I listen to 901 different artists, but also I do feel like I will listen, like, hear people on Twitter talking about somebody, and I'll listen to like their song, or I'll listen to their album and then like never listen to it again. So like, maybe that's what it is. So my top, I guess 10, we'll do 10, even though I think they show you like 20. But my top 10, so the number one artist that I listened to in the year of our Lord 2020 was Ariana Grande. If you know me, you know that makes very much sense. I have been obsessed with Thank You Next, the album, since it came out. Like, it's such a great album. And I don't even know how to really verbalize how much I love that album. Like, and then it's just so personal. Like I said in the Ariana Grande video, which I will link in the eye, it's just something about the way she writes about her life. It makes you feel like you're going through those emotions with her. Like, even though, like I said in that video, she's talking about like stuff that's very specific to her, things that we saw like play out in the public eye, and we know that happened to her, and they're not necessarily things that have happened to me. It's just the emotion behind it. I just feel like I am with her in those moments. Like, I'm in that emotional space with her, and it's just the next. It's also not surprising, it's SZA. The Control album has been my favorite album since it was released in 2017. It's been on every single one of my playlists, my replayed playlists, since 2017. Control to me feels like SZA wrote an album from my diary, right? And I don't even keep a diary. Like, it feels like she was like spying on me when I was like 23 and wrote this album from my life when I was 23. Like, and even some of the most specific things to her, like her talking about working in a strip club, or her like talking about these relationships that she was in, like the very specific reference to her cheating on her boyfriend when he was in Vegas on Valentine's Day instead of being with her. Like, that didn't happen to me, right? That's never, I've never cheated in a relationship, but the emotion behind it is definitely an emotion that I've felt. Like, I just don't understand how an album could be so specific to me and I did not write it. Like, Prom, I had to have ghostwritten Prom. There's no way SZA wrote Prom without knowing me personally. Like, too much. The number 3 is Paramore. Again, Paramore, the After Laughter album, is another album that came in 2017, and it's been on every playlist that I've gotten of these replays since 2017 because it's one of my all-time favorite albums. After Laughter, again, feels like me and Haley Williams was besties, and she really was like writing this album for me. Like, she wrote it for me. Like, 26, babe. Why write that? Why write that song and have me crying for no reason? Like, Fake happy, don't do that. Don't do that. Fake happy so perfectly describes my depression that it feels like therapy. It feels like therapy. The album feels like therapy because it puts like beautiful words to the exact emotions that I was feeling when I was at my darkest, like at my lowest point in my depression. Like I said, it feels like both her and SZA were like watching me when I was like 23, 24 years old and like really internalizing, well, really like 19, honestly, to like 24 years old. And really watching how all of my mental illnesses were like interacting with each other, and wrote albums to specifically target those emotions and help me heal from them. Like the way that SZA talks about her anxiety in Control, and even the album title, the cohesiveness of Control, the way the album is sequenced, the way that the story is intertwined. I have to at some point do a full video just talking about Control because it's a perfect album. It's a perfect album. Like people, I know a lot of people love this album, right? I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm some special, unique butterfly because I like this album. I know a lot of people like this album. However, I see people all the time try to downplay how good the album is because they don't like SZA for whatever reason. And listen, I followed SZA on Tumblr in 2012 or whenever she was on Tumblr being crazy. I understand why people don't like SZA. That's perfectly fine. I'm not gonna sit here and try to convince people to like SZA or don't like SZA. It does not bother me. I've been a fan since Z, and I'll probably always be a fan because of Control. But like people try to downplay how good this album is. Like SZA is a phenomenal songwriter. Every song on this album is perfect for this album. They all fit in the theme of Control, and because like the whole album is talking about anxieties, and the name of the title is Control. Like that's like I don't even know if I could make a video talking about Control, honestly, because I don't even know if I have the words to verbalize how good it is. I just can't even think of the language to describe how perfect of an album it is. And the same thing with After Laughter. After Laughter is primarily about Haley Williams' depression, and like the way that she speaks about her depression and like the dissolution of her marriage and all of that stuff. Like, I've never been divorced, right? But the way she talks about the way that relationship happened, like, and even with her new album, I haven't really listened to the whole thing, I don't think. But I have listened to bits and pieces, and I do love Simmer. It's just the way that she writes pain. It's just mwah. All right, so number 4 and 5 is kind of typical, but number 4 is Beyonce. I was really into the Homecoming album this year. I don't really know why, but the live version of Me, Myself, and I, spliced with what was the other song? I can't remember the sequence. I had tweeted about it forever ago, but I can't remember it's like 3 songs together, and Me, Myself, and I is like in the middle. I cannot listen to the regular version of Me, Myself, and I anymore. Like what she did for the live version of Me, Myself, and I, it's perfect. It's perfect. The I Care live, it's pointless for me to listen to the studio version. The live version is just better. Like the way Beyonce is able to take songs that have been out for 20 years, right? That we know and love, and reinvent them and recreate them every time she does a performance is just masterful. Like, you can hate Beyonce if you want to hate Beyonce. Again, I'm not here to convince anybody to like anybody, but you cannot deny that Beyonce is a musical genius. Like, she's able to hear things in music that most people just don't hear. She's able to put stuff together and understand the way things should sound, and it's very Virgo of her to have so much control over every single aspect of her like persona and brand. and the way that she goes about it is truly legendary and iconic. The number 5 to round out number 5 is Rihanna, and it's really funny to me because with every one of these other like artists, I could tell you exactly what the album was that I was listening to that made them be at the top, right? I don't remember what Rihanna music I was listening to make her like be on the top, other than the fact that I always have loved Rihanna. I've been a Rihanna stan, I should say, since like 2009. I remember vividly when Rated R came out, and I'm pretty sure I was in a senior in high school, and just something about the Rated R era just hit right in the sweet spot for me, and that's really all I was listening to in 2009. Like, it was so good. But I think maybe I was listening to Auntie, but it was probably just a bunch of different Rihanna songs that I was listening to. I really like Unapologetic. People don't talk about Unapologetic, and people, these are fake fans. This is how I know y'all fake fans, because y'all are on the internet every day begging Rihanna for a new album because her last album came out in 2016. Meanwhile, her album prior to Auntie was Unapologetic, which came out in 2011. She has already did a big giant 5-year gap between albums, and y'all were begging and crying after 2 years. Like, no, y'all are fake fans. Y'all don't know real struggle, okay? You don't. She used to give us an album every year, and then randomly in 2011, she was like, no, and didn't give us no album in 2012. None in 2013, none in 2014, nothing in 2015, and then 2016 we got Auntie. And the rollout for Auntie was so trash. I won't get into that. But Jay-Z, you're not seeing heaven. You're not seeing heaven for that one. And then the thing that makes me the most mad about the time period in between Unapologetic and Auntie was she wasn't even out here giving us makeup and all of that other stuff. Like, she was doing nothing. She just did not want to put out an album. Like, y'all get new Rihanna pictures every month with the Fenty, and y'all get new like products with the Fenty and the fashion shows and all of that content, beautiful content. We were getting nothing. We were getting dust. Y'all not OG. Y'all not OGs. Number 6 is Chloe and Halle. Ungodly Hour is a perfect album. I recorded a video in June about Ungodly Hour, like a review, and for whatever reason I could not get it to go on my computer. It would not go into my computer. I still to this day have that footage, and if I ever forgot a way to get it on my computer, I will still upload it because I think it was a good video, and it was really cohesive about my thoughts on the album. I think it's a really great album. I was not really a Chloe and Halle fan previous to this album. I like that song Happy Without Me, and I do watch Grownish, but like I listen to the album that Happy Without Me is on, and besides that song and the Grownish theme song, I really didn't like the music. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't my vibe or whatever. In this new album, I really liked all the songs. I think it's really good, except for the Mike Will Made It Ray Shremmert song. No, we didn't need that. Take that off. But other than that, all the other songs was really great. Overwhelmed is another song that just really hits me in a very specific spot. So yeah, it's great. Ungodly Hour is great. Next is Megan Thee Stallion. I did listen to Good News. I didn't do a review video about Good News because I kind of found it underwhelming. Like, I didn't feel like it was a cohesive album. I didn't really get the story that she was trying to tell, or the vision, the vibe of it. But I did like most of the songs on the album. I forget who I was listening to, but somebody I was listening to was like, it's a good playlist, but it's not a good album. And I think I agree with that. It's a good, if these were just like songs that she had, and somebody put them all on a playlist, I would be like, oh, this is great. But I don't think it's a cohesive album, which it doesn't necessarily have to be a cohesive album. I feel like rap in general has moved away from trying to make like cohesive pieces of art. I think that a lot of the rappers are just giving you playlists, so I can't really fault her or be nitpicky with her for giving us a playlist, and that's really what the standard is right now. But the album I was listening to, I'm sure was Fever. I'm sure it was Fever because I really liked Fever. And then next is Usher. It absolutely was Confessions that I was listening to still, and at this big old age of Confessions. I think Confessions came out in like 2003. It's like 17 years ago at this point. Timeless, amazing, timeless, beautiful album. One of my all-time favorite albums. I've been an Usher stan since I was literally 7 years old. So like there's really not too much you can say to me about Usher that I'm gonna care about. I'm so sorry. He's one of those, that's who Usher is for me. I've been in love with Usher for so long. Like Usher is just, that's who he is. My favorite, my only male favorite. As you can tell, that was the first man that made this list, was Usher. And it's only one other man on this list. And if you know me, you probably can guess who that is. But anyway, number 9 is Nicki Minaj. I love Nicki Minaj. I don't know what album it was. Probably The Pink Print. Because I think that's my favorite album of hers. Some of the songs off Queen. Probably maybe some of her features I was listening to. Maybe Pink Friday. Maybe I was listening to Pink Friday. I don't remember. But it's really just The Pink Print that's like I think The Pink Print is my favorite album of hers. And I feel like it might be her best album, but there's so many songs on The Pink Print that I felt like she should not have done. Like Grand Piano, we didn't need that. No one needed that. She should have gave that song to somebody else. No one asked for that. Nobody wants that. But I feel like The Pink Print has like the best collection of her music. I do feel like Queen is a more cohesive album. I feel like Queen is an album that makes more sense than The Pink Print. But also I feel like The Pink Print was, Queen was too long. There were songs on there that we did not need. And my problem with Nicki Minaj is I feel like she does not have people who she trusts in the room with her when she's making music. And she is going off her own like gut. Like Nicki Minaj is bar none the best rapper making music right now. And I'll say it. I won't even try to equivalent or bring that back or run it back. Nothing. Nicki Minaj is one of the best rappers that is currently rapping right now, and she also is really good at finding her pocket in songs. That's why she does really great on features. But I feel like she does not really understand who she is as an artist for her own music. I feel like she works better as a feature artist because she's able to like be a chameleon and adapt well. But when it comes to her own music, she doesn't really know how to find that sweet spot of being, innovative and new, and also making music that people will like. Like I don't know how to explain what I mean. Like she doesn't know how to find the pocket of making music that is good and making music that is like innovative. Like she's not good at predicting trends. Like the thing that my favorite quality about Rihanna is that she knows what's gonna be hot before what's gonna be hot knows it's gonna be hot, right? And part of it is her being such a big star and influencing trends, but part of it is her knowing, just having a great ear for music. Like the reason why she is like one of the highest selling digital artists and has like all these Billboard Hot #1s is because she knows what the sound is that people are looking for, are thirsting for. I wish that Nicki Minaj had someone in her camp or in her surroundings that had that sort of ear and could have her on the forefront of whatever like is coming up next, and have her be innovative but still be able to be like herself and be creative in that space. Like I feel like she tries to do stuff that's different, but it's never the right thing. Like she never finds the right space in that difference that people want or is like sounds good. I don't know. Also wish she would stop the shenanigans. Like I wish she would just zip her lips and shut it up. Like I wish she would just give us a Beyonce and just give us the visuals, give us the music, and keep everything else off the internet. I don't need to hear anything she has going on. I'm so glad that she's deciding right now to be a little bit more private. She's not giving us anything about the baby. I appreciate that. Not that I don't want to see her baby, but just that she's taking time to be private because we don't need the shenanigans on the internet. We just don't. But she got a documentary coming up about her life, which I'll do. I also have been thinking about doing a video about Taylor Swift and her documentary because it pissed me off. But I don't know. If you want to see that video, put in the comments that you want to see that video, or give a thumbs up on this video, and I'll take it as you want me to see me do a video about Miss Americana. And then the final person on the list is Drake. I do listen to a lot of Drake. I don't know why I sound like I'm disappointed in myself, because I don't even know why I sit here trying to pretend like I don't like Drake. I do like Drake, but Drake don't always sit right in my spirits. Drake don't always curl over the right way for me. I've been a Drake fan. I've known who Drake was, obviously, since I was a kid, because I watched Degrassi. But I've been a Drake fan since his first mixtape. It's just, Drake is another person who I wish would leave me out of the shenanigans. Like, I wish that Drake would give us music that's not so personal. And I know that sounds weird, because I just was like going in about how personal other albums were that I loved, but with Drake, I feel like he is messy in his music. Like, he's always telling us somebody's business. Like the recent song that he had when he was like, I dated SZA in 2009. No one asked. No one cared. No one wanted to know that information. And now you had to have SZA come out and make a statement because people was trying to speculate on whether or not she was underage at the time. Like, we don't need that information. No one asked. I hate that he does it. I hate every single song that he's ever made about Rihanna. Get a job. Brokey, get a job. I'm sick of it. Find something to do. Find a hobby. Stop talking about these women in your music. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I listen to 11 hours worth of Drake, so I guess I do. I don't know. Anyway, so it says I listened to 137 albums. The top 10 albums that I listened to were Ungodly Hour by Chloe and Halle, Control by SZA, Positions by Ariana Grande. I want you to know I played Positions 100 times already, and it's only been out like 2 months. I don't even know if it's been 2 months. Number 4 is Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. Number 5 is Gaslighter by the Chicks. So, first of all, they mama named them the Dixie Chicks, so I'm gonna call them the Dixie Chicks. I get it, and I appreciate that they wanted to change their name, but they're the Dixie Chicks, and I said what I said. I love the Dixie Chicks' new album. It is very, very good. If you like country music, you should listen to the Dixie Chicks' Gaslighter. It's an amazing album. The entire album is very blatantly about one of the people getting a divorce. I don't follow their mess. I don't know their tea. I actually think it might be 2 of them getting a divorce from the way the music sounds, but it's very clearly about them getting a divorce. It's a lot of anger, a lot of emotion. It's so good. It's such a great album. Such a great album. Listen to Gaslighter by the Chicks. It's gonna be under the Chicks on Apple Music or Spotify or whatever you use. Number 6 is Homecoming by Beyonce. Number 7 is Sweetener. Not 3 Ariana Grande albums, child. Number 8 is Channel Orange. I love Frank Ocean. Honestly, I've been listening to a lot of Frank Ocean this year. I've actually been listening more to Blonde. I don't really know why Channel Orange made this and not Blonde, because I feel like I was listening to Blonde more. But yeah, I really love Frank Ocean. Hot Pink by Doja Cat, who didn't make my top 10 or whatever. I think she is in the top 20. I might go up and look at that. But Hot Pink is on there because I was playing like 3 of those songs on Hot Pink. I was not listening to the whole album. I'm not even gonna sit here and try to front. And number 10 is Confessions because I love it. Okay, so it's the top 20. So let me go back to the artist real quick. So number 11 is Frank Ocean. Number 12 is Mary J. Blige. I love Mary J. Blige. Number 13 is Kanye West. I want to tell you right now, the only reason why Kanye West is on here is because it's a song, Slow Jams, that I really love, and it reminds me a lot of my grandmother, and her brother died this year. So I've been thinking a lot about my grandmother because she died. Today's actually her birthday as I'm recording this. That actually made me sad, but she died almost 15 years ago, and her brother died this year. So I've been thinking a lot about her, and she's just been on my heart a lot. So that song just reminded me of her, and I've been playing that nonstop for most of the year because he died in February. So yeah, That's why Kanye West is on here. So don't nobody try to cancel me for that, because it's for my dead grandmother. Like, the next one is Doja Cat. Like I said, Mariah Carey, because we stand taste in this house. Destiny's Child, again, because we stand taste in this house. The City Girls, I'm obsessed with JT and Carisha. Yep, my faves. Yep. Jasmine Sullivan, because again, taste. K Michelle. Does anyone want to buy Heart? That's the name of the album. Anyone Want to Buy Heart is a perfect R&B album. If you're in the mood to listen to a perfect R&B album, turn on Anybody Want to Buy a Heart. It's great, top to bottom, no skips, perfect album. And then finally Jay-Z, I don't know, maybe Beyonce I was listening to, like, their songs together. I don't know why Jay-Z's on here. That's crazy. It's also his birthday, but who cares? I feel like I want to talk about my top songs. It would be literally pointless for me to talk about my top songs because it's all control. But I'm trying to see if there's any person who I didn't mention. Oh, light skin Keisha. She's on my replay playlist. Jeffrey Osborne, Love Ballad. I love that song so much. Flo Milli. I love Flo Milli album. I heard she probably didn't make this on there because I wasn't listening to her whole album, but I do love Flo Milli and I did like her album a lot. Rico Nasty, Britney Spears, Ashy. I've been obsessed with Ashy. I was super surprised that she didn't end up in like one of the top artists or whatever, because I was listening to so much Ashy, I don't know, but ever since I watched that To All the Boys movie, the second one, and they had the moral of the story in the video, like when that part when it was like randomly a music video in the movie, and when she first broke up with Peter, that song, I've been listening to that song nonstop, and because I love that song, I went and found like more music of her. I love all of her mixtapes or EPs. I don't know what white people call it, but yeah, they're great and I love it. So listen to her because she's great. City Girls Come Outside is my favorite song, honestly, truly. Oh, 2088. I was super shocked that 2088 wasn't on here. That's Big Sean and Jhené Aiko. Jhené Aiko also was not on here, and I do listen to a lot of Jhené Aiko, and she was on everybody else, like all of my friends' thing, but she wasn't on mine. And I was like, how did that happen? Flo Milli again is on here. Nivea is on here. Y'all should listen to Nivea because she's great. Jasmine Sullivan we mentioned. Latch by Disclosure is one of my all-time favorite songs. I don't know what it is about that song, but it really Gucci Mane. Cash Doll. Listen to some Cash Doll. The Script. Toni Braxton. Listen to Toni Braxton's first album. I was also surprised that wasn't on here because one thing about Tiana is she gonna listen to Toni Braxton. If you follow me on Twitter, you know this. Because literally once a month I'll be like, are y'all listening to Toni Braxton's first album? Because Toni Braxton's first album, people be in a bag when it comes to their self-titled albums. Like Beyonce self-titled, like Toni Braxton self-titled, Mariah Carey self-titled, like in a bag. And side of the bag. The Paramore self-titled album, stop playing. I listen to 2 Minute Warning every day by 2088, like every day. I'm so shocked that it wasn't that they didn't make it. Keisha Cole, love Keisha Cole. She been doing verses too. I'm so excited with Ashanti because I've been an Ashanti fan since I was like 8 years old. So I'm so excited to see that. Oh, that song Stupid by Ashaniko. I really love that song. But that's the only song by her and Young Baby Tate, who I'm gonna listen to her because she dropped something today too. I'm gonna listen to that too. Erykah Badu. I'm surprised Erykah Badu because ever since her verses with Jill Scott, I've been killing Erykah Badu. So I'm surprised that wasn't on here, but she did make my my playlist. And then No Worries, which is Anderson .Paak and somebody else. I can't remember off the top of my head. But that album, Yes God, I think that's what it's called. Or Yes Lord. very good. You should listen. All right, so that's all for real this time. Thank you for watching. I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, because I might, you know, chop and screw, take a whole bunch of stuff out. But I really appreciate you watching. For people who have been subscribed for a little while and keep coming back, I really appreciate this. This is the first year, a very long time, that I was like consistently making YouTube videos. And even though I don't think I'm gonna get to my goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, I am very happy with the subscribers that I do currently have, and I'm very excited to see what 2021 has to offer. I just really like making these videos. I don't know, even if like never get to a bunch of people watching it, it's just really fun to just sit and like chat about, you know, what I like or what I'm into right now, because I don't always have people in my real life who are into the stuff that I'm into. So to be able to like talk about stuff that I like and have people interacting back with me about things that they like, it's just been really fun. So yeah, tell me what you've been listening to, like new artists you like, new people you've been into. Also tell me some new YouTubers you found this year, new content creators, new Twitter accounts you found, don't tell me about Instagram. I don't like Instagram. I'm never gonna get back on Instagram for real. I only fake have an Instagram right now because that's where the girls be, but I hate using it. I don't like Instagram. But new Twitter people that you found in this year, new YouTubers, even new TV shows or movies that you watched this year that you never watched. I might do a wrap up about like my favorite movies or TV shows that I watched this year. But yeah, let me know what was new this year, what you liked, what you did. Tell me about your 2020. I know we were in a panoramic and, you know, that put people in the house more, but maybe that made you you know, look at more stuff. I watched so many movies this year because I never watch movies. I hate watching movies, but I watched so many movies this year because I've been in the house doing nothing. I have nothing else to do, so I've been watching so many movies that I had never seen before that I saw people talk about this year. So that's been like really good, really fun, really I don't even know what word I was trying to use, but yeah, I did all this work, right, to find a cute little cup for my tea for this video, because I wanted to sip tea while I did the video, and I did not sip one more time. Not one time that I sipped tea. But look at how cute. Look at how cute. And not one time did I sip the tea. It's probably cold. It's definitely cold. That honey is good. But yeah, so like this video if you like this content, and please subscribe if you want to see more content from me like this or any of my other content, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.